Hello. Hold on. Ooh. Alright, so I am here to talk about effective cop watching. Now, I know nobody's on here yet. Hey, time to stand. How are you? I just wanted to talk a little bit about effective cop watching, and if any of you have any questions at all, feel free to ask. I'll be trying to keep an eye on the chat. One thing that I think that is really good is that there are so many cop watchers out there. And I think police are starting to get the message that people are basically done with allowing them to be controlled and manipulated by police. So I wanted to talk about some things, though, that I see that cop watchers are doing that worries me a little bit. One of those things is just automatically complying with police and not asking them effective questions. A lot of people are still under the impression that the Constitution is a valid document. Yeah, I believe that police are pushing back harder, but I also have noticed that when I encounter police, they tend to back off when I ask them certain questions, when I keep things Socratic and basically ask them to prove their claim, because every time they order you to do something, they're trying to tell you, I have authority over you to be able to order you to do this. And I just ask them, what factual evidence exists that shows that you have the authority over me to try to force me to do anything at all? What is the what is separating what you are doing from just another criminal threatening me with violence and somebody who has legitimate authority saying, you have to do this? There was a guy that jumped off a building in Vegas last week, and I stopped to say, or to see, what was going on. And I was about to leave when a police officer came up and he started to tell people. Now, keep in mind, we were, far away from this building. We were, maybe across the street even. I can't remember if there was a street, but there was a lot of distance, and we were on a completely different property, a completely different lot, and there was a small group of people recording from underneath some trees on some rocks. And as I was walking by, hey, Magician Tim, as I was kind of about to leave, I saw a police officer coming to talk to this group, and so I went back and basically asked him, because he told everybody to move back onto the sidewalk. And so I asked him, I'll talk about that case in a bit, but first off, I want to address this, but remind me. So this police officer comes up, and he tells people that they need to back up. And so I ask him why. Why are you making us back off? And he points to this place where there's crime tape, but it's over somewhere else, so none of the people were actually behind the crime tape at all. And so he basically ordered us to move, and I just started asking him, what factual evidence exists that shows that you have the authority to order me to do anything, and he didn't have an answer, because they don't. There is no factual evidence. For a police officer to order you to do something, they must have personal first-hand knowledge of some sort of fact that shows that they have the authority to order you around. And I don't think a lot of people know this, and a lot of cop watchers don't seem to know this. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. So I would like to